Now, I want to speak again on acceptance and what it really means. Because I believe this is not the only course that you've ever taken, or this is not the only, like, you've listened to audiobooks before, read books before, listened to other people telling you about acceptance. If you're like on the work of yourself in like spiritual personal development, you come across this as well. But I do feel that it's most often not really understood in the misconceptions that can be made. So that's why I really want to speak again about what acceptance really means and what it doesn't mean. So acceptance, first of all, in the feelings, not in the situation. Yes, acceptance is in the feelings, it's not in the circumstance. It doesn't mean that, first of all, okay, my car broke down, I accept that. Acceptance leads you to the feelings, and the feelings are the entry gate to aliveness in the present moment towards fulfillment. So acceptance, first of all, does not primarily mean the set of life circumstances, the situation. It does primarily mean the feeling that this situation evokes. First important distinction. And then it doesn't mean approval. Acceptance doesn't mean, hey, yoo-hoo, my car broke down. Doesn't mean approval. Means, look which feelings come up. It also doesn't imply an act. Acceptance doesn't mean now I have to do acceptance. Yes, there is a time and place for an acceptance and gratitude practice or meditation. But acceptance is the genuine act. And the genuine act cannot be faked. It cannot be done. Yes, there's value in going over past experiences and correcting them, so to speak, like reviewing them in your mind from a place of giving acceptance to them. But I do not mean the act of doing, I mean the genuine act. Also, acceptance doesn't mean restraining yourself from an act of unacceptance. You know, some situation arises and you're unacceptant of that, and then you correct it because you're meant to be acceptant. This is not it. What would be acceptance would mean, oh, I'm unacceptant right now. And you accept that. Seeing, that's what's here. This is acceptance. Not nodding, not saying yes. Acceptance is saying nothing. That's what it means. Not a doing, just basically the act of not doing anything at all. But not pushing it out again. Kind of, when unacceptance is an act, the opposite of unacceptance, being acceptance, is not necessarily an act too. In fact, it is not an act. It is kind of the unact. No act, no act. Just letting it be. You know? So not restraining yourself from unacceptance. Meaning, when you're unacceptant, don't say, I must not. And also not correcting the unacceptance once it happens. Unacceptance is probably the most important practice for acceptance anyway, because this is something that we don't want. And then we really realize, do we come from a place of, I want to be different than I am unacceptant, but I want to be acceptant? Do we come from that place? And then we are mistaken. Or the other place we could come from, okay, everything that there is right here and right now, take it in and I use that for my life practice. You see? In order to become more alive, using what's there. If unacceptance is there, use that. Don't reject anything that happens. It means seeing that our feelings are valid and important to be felt. Acceptance also means that. Our feelings are important and valid. Everything that you feel is there for a reason. That's what I mean with validity. There's a reason for that there, even if you don't see it. But it's not like some stupid coincidence that you feel this feeling. And it's important because the purpose of the feelings, as I said, is that they want to be felt. To feel them. That's the purpose of feelings, why we have them. Because they need to be felt. So it's important to do that. Otherwise, we neglect the most important life practice. And this is living from a place of heart. Following your heart. And the heart says, look at what's there. So it's important and valid. Feelings are important to be felt and they are valid. Seeing that is acceptance. Also, acceptance is beyond our evaluation. As I said, acceptance is not a yes, it's not a knowing. It's a spontaneous arising without evaluation of good or bad, helpful or not helpful. Does it serve me? Does it not? Is it good or not? Acceptance is the genuine act, and you can't train yourself to do the genuine act. But by letting go, not wanting to be acceptant anymore, letting go of wanting to be different than you are, stay where you are, and acceptance will naturally arise. And once you see you can actually accept your unacceptance, then true acceptance as the background kind of arises. We've talked about the default state before, being kind of the background. Acceptance as well. It is like when there's nothing happening, this is called acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean yes. Acceptance means silence. And with that being said, see you in the next video.